back to the OFW Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Jem Reyes. And today we have the privilege of sitting down with Miss Karen Letran. And she's an exceptional individual here in Bahrain and who has conquered both the fashion industry, arts, and of course, the latest one, the fintech. Let's welcome Miss Karen Letran. Hi!
Hi everyone! Thank you for having me here. As you said kanina, no, it's a privilege. It's also a privilege to be here in your show, your podcast.
Yes, so we call our my podcast the OFW Diary. So, yung mga yung mga OFW dito sa Bahrain and all over the world, pwede ko silang i-guest para at least ikwento naman nila kung paano at kung ano ang nangyayari sa kanila during their stay outside the Philippines, diba? So, let's dive in.
Okay, sure.
So, Karen, could you describe the pivotal moment that ignited your passion for both fintech and the fashion industry? What inspired you to pursue such diverse fields?
Okay, so the truth of the matter is really, I am a mass comm graduate, which is really ironic, and the reason for that is I'm trying to get away from numbers. It's not like I'm not good at it, it's just that kung may chance, I won't do it. So it's just so happened na okay, very minor yung math sa mass comm, no? So and then 4 years later, I went to Bahrain. I came to Bahrain. That was also very spontaneous. And guess what my first job is?
What?
Credit controller.
So it's numbers.
Numbers. So I have done that. I have done that for 2.5 years, and I felt that because I'm very extrovert, so I felt that okay, I've done my part. I restructured the whole credit control department. There wasn't any credit control department when I started, and my boss was really happy at that point. Sometimes umuulan yung bonus because you reach a certain collection, and then happy siya. And then I thought, okay, I'm done, you know, restructuring the department. I want to move on to a fintech organization, which is Proco Financial Services. That was the pivotal moment for me. Diba, Bahrain noon is very different from where we are now.
How many years ka na pala?
17 years.
Wow, 17 years and counting.
And that point, alam mo yung Almoyad Tower? So maybe we could flash yung itsura ng Almoyad Tower. That was one of the most iconic corporate building. Noon.
That was what year?
This was in 2008. So
2008?
Yeah, wala pang Financial Harbor noon, wala pang Twin Tower and stuff. So I always pass by papunta ng CF Mall or TCC. So I want to work here. So it kind of like na-manifest ko siya. And then an opening
Yes, manifesting is the key.
Yes.
If you want to get something.
So I was hired at a fintech company, Proco Financial Services. I was there for 8 years. So I pivot from being a credit controller, I moved to a fintech company, and then I was their business development manager for 8 years.
Wow,
yeah, before I move on to another fintech company, which is PayTabs. PayTabs Global, everybody knows that. So if you've heard of yung PayPal,
yes,
online processing. So yeah, so that was that. So from credit controller, which is a construction company, to a fintech company, business dev, and then moving on to PayTabs. From business dev, actually PayTabs was a very like a defining moment for me. That's where I got promoted. Ambisyoso talaga kasi ako, and I get bored when I don't get promoted. You know, so at a certain period of time. So I worked double time.
Like, hindi ka na natutulog?
Yeah, you could say that. You could hardly see me sa office. Because I think, you know, in order for you to be good at something, you need to work on it at a certain hours.
At mag-excel talaga.
Yes, yeah. So that's what I did. I just really worked double time. And I always try to elevate yung mga status natin as a Filipina in Bahrain. I always want to excel. So that, you know, it would help the community of women at the same time. So that is, and then so from being a business development, that was a challenging point for me because nakikita nila, I'm so tiny, maliit kang babae. And then when you go to a meeting with all of the guys in an Arab world, you know that, right? Sometimes when they see, oh, Asian, they won't probably take you very seriously because you're so maliit at that point. So you really need to command the room. You need to prove to them that it's worth listening to your trainings and stuff like that. So those are the things that I really need to overcome, you know. And then when they hear you talk, then their perception changes.
Yes, of course. Yes. Alam mo naman mga Pinay, di ba? Magagaling. Okay, thank you very much for that. So, in both fintech and fashion, it's a strong commitment for you, di ba? And that innovation and willingness to adopt have been crucial.
Yes.
Okay, so embracing change, staying informed about the industry trends, and fostering collaborative relationship have help you to excel.
Yes, but yeah. So why did I get into fintech to fashion? Fashion kasi my mom has been a master cutter and a tailor since I was 3 years old.
Okay.
So we ended up establishing a fashion business because of her. It's really an ode to my mom. You know, she was in the UAE for such a long time, and then I somehow finally able to convince her to move to Bahrain. And then I thought, you know what, that's not what I want for you. I don't want you to work for anyone else. So this is how we ended up establishing Lalea Couture, which was named after her. And that was initially in Al Ali Mall, one of the most exclusive and prestigious mall in Bahrain since then.
Been there,
So now we're rebranding it to K Atelier, which I'm sure you're gonna ask me about it.
Yes, later on. So now this is my next question. How do you manage to maintain your focus and drive to excel in both fashion and fintech, of course? And what advice would you offer to others seeking to juggle in these multiple passions of yours?
Alright, so basically I live in the moment. I prioritize what is important for that specific day. Previously, I like to plan ahead, but it doesn't work like that when you have an art shop, when you have a boutique or a tailoring shop, and then when you're in fintech. So you really need to focus and prioritize what's urgent for that specific day, or let's say plan until, you know, tomorrow, and then you prioritize because as like kanina, you know, we said that I can do anything, but you cannot do everything. So to do that, hi Tina. So to overcome that, you need to really truly prioritize.
Yes. So, ito naman ang aking sa'yo. So, your upcoming venture, which is the K Atelier. So, what is the meaning of that? And it holds the immense promise in empowering emerging fashion designers and tailors.
Right.
Could you share more about the vision behind it and the impact you hope it will have on the fashion landscape?
Yeah, so basically K Atelier, or as they say in French, atelier.
Atelier.
Yeah, but I want to sound like more Filipino, so you can say atelier. In fact, I'm leaning towards changing the spelling into a Filipino version, atelier.
Atelier.
Para walang confusion.
Because lalagyan mo pa siya ng apostrophe.
Yeah, and some people would pronounce it atelier. So whatever, let's just simplify it. Let's put our Filipino twist in it, kumbaga. So what do we want from K Atelier to have is basically to support and collaborate with other fashion designers. So those that do not have the means to open their own CR, so they can collaborate with us, display their designs, and then it's mostly a collaboration with other designers that are equally talented in Bahrain and eventually beyond.
Okay, so kwento mo naman kung ano yung mangyayari this coming August for your pitch. Dahil dun sa...
iba naman yun.
Yes.
That is you'll hear it first from here because so basically I have been fortunate enough to be a part of the Standard Chartered Women in Tech incubation program through Bahrain Fintech Pay, which is supported by Central Bank of Bahrain, Standard Chartered, Shura Women for Council, and Campaign. And it's the very first time that a Filipino got in.
Congratulations.
As part of the top 10.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, so basically, I hope that this will pave the way so that other Filipinas like me who want to venture into businesses, they would have the courage also to try in the next cohort. So so I hope to pave the way for them. Yeah, so basically the demo day is going to be on the 29th. And actually it was an 8-week incubation program. I've already graduated, so pitch day would be on the 29th. So hopefully we will make it to top 3. But even then, the experience that it has brought me is really, truly rewarding. So
congratulations.
The hardest part actually is to get into the top 20.
Yes,
because they don't know you. They just simply knew about your idea, and then they had to hear from you for 5 minutes to hear your speech, your pitch, and then there was a 5-minute question and answer portion wherein you advanced through the next round, which was the top 10. So as they say, inshallah, mashallah, we made it.
Yeah. So lastly, as an OFW, overseas Filipino worker who has achieved remarkable success, so what core principles or lessons from your journey would you share with our fellow OFWs here in Bahrain aspiring to chase their dreams and attain similar heights of what you already have?
So first and foremost, work really hard. And when you want to do something, don't even try. Just do it. Just do it. And sometimes you would feel very demotivated, but that is the point where or when you should really do something, because you'll never know what will come out of it. Just show up, do it, and when you decide to do it, give it 100%.
Thank you very much. So, meron tayong binubuo na grupo, di ba?
Yes.
So, ano naman ang masasabi mo doon? Let's talk about konting-konti lang.
Teaser,
Teaser sa mga entrepreneur dito sa Bahrain. So, what you can say about it? The Philippine Business Council Bahrain.
So, our purpose basically is to elevate the status of the business owners in Bahrain. We will promote entrepreneurship, nationalism, and innovation. Innovation. So that's all. Once it's all officially formed, and I'm sure you'd be the first one to hear.
Yes, and we will update you guys sa aming Facebook page.
Correct.
Soon. Yes. So thank you for sharing your inspiring journey, Ms. Karen. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you, of course, here on the OFW Diaries podcast.
Pleasure is mine, Jem. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so that concludes this episode of the OFW Diaries podcast. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories from our overseas Filipino workers around the world. Until next time, thank you.
Don't forget to click, subscribe, and like. Tama ba yun?
Yes. Bye!